So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to make for lunch today, and I just watched a video by Gaz Oakley over at Avant Vegan, where Gaz and his dad made some incredible looking Italian vegan meatballs. Now, I've made some meatballs on this channel in the past, but I'll tell you, these meatballs look really good. So let's throw together Gaz Oakley's dad's meatballs. I just want to see how they are. I just want to see if they are good as they look. And I'm gonna make my own sauce. I'm gonna show you my weekday sauce really fast. This is gonna be a quick and snappy recipe because I'm hungry and I want lunch. Let's get moving. This is gonna be one you can make pretty quick at home. So at first, let's make my sauce. This is some really good sauce. It's super simple. You only need a few ingredients. You can season it how you want. Pretty much the main ingredients, the star of this show, is a can of San Marzano tomatoes. If you have this can, you got your base tomato sauce. These things are amazing. I like a nice chunky sauce, and we just need some garlic and an onion. So I'm gonna start my pan on like a medium-low heat with just about a tablespoon of olive oil. We're gonna let that warm up while we mince up this garlic. And then we also need about 2 cloves of garlic for the meatballs. So I'm just gonna get that ready all around the same time so I don't have to double mince up the garlic here. So we got these first 2 cloves here for the meatballs. Just, you know, making a mess. And then we're also gonna use about a quarter of a yellow onion. I like the sweet onion in my sauce. You can use whatever onion you like. So that olive oil is probably looking pretty good. We're gonna throw this into the pan and let that simmer up and let that oil get nice and onion garlicky. Now once those guys got to cook for just a little bit, we're just going to pour in this can of tomatoes. Then we're gonna add about a tablespoon of tomato paste. Now, I don't know about you, but I like to buy the tubes of tomato paste. I can throw it in the refrigerator. I always have tomato paste when I need it. I never use those whole cans, so I don't just buy those cans anymore. I stopped doing that. Get the tube of tomato paste, you always have it. It's a great addition to add some glutamate, some real savory punch to a lot of recipes. Nice to have. Then just a little Italian seasoning and a few pinches of salt. Okay, so the sauce is on. Let's get to making the meatballs. I have like a medium-sized mixing bowl here with the 2 cloves of garlic in it. Now, Gaz's dad uses spring onion. I couldn't find any spring onion today, so just quickly, I just grabbed some green onion. It's gonna work the same. So I'm just gonna quickly mince up these green onions pretty fine. We're gonna use most of them. Gaz's dad's recipe is 3 of them. Seems like so much onion, but you know, this is his recipe and we're just following along. And now 1 red chili pepper. I'm gonna kind of mince this pretty fine, just so that way it kind of like just evenly gets through the mixture. This is gonna be a little bit, I don't want big bites of chili in my meatballs. Then we need some fresh thyme. I'm definitely not a pro at getting thyme off the stem. I probably should have taken more time to figure that out. So I'd say so far, this is going together pretty quick. Now, Gaz and his dad both said that you can use any vegan mince, any plant-based meat mince to make these. He prefers using a like sausage pork, like a pork mince. They specifically said grab the sausages from the refrigerator section, not the frozen section. Now the recipe calls for 8 sausages or like 330 grams of mince, but these 4 Beyond sausages are actually 400 grams. So yeah, so these are gonna be quite a bit, it's just a little bit more. So all we have to do is just peel the casing off. Now, I made a video making this casing. This is an alginate casing. This casing is the same thing that they do like reverse spherification out of. And when you let these thaw out, now I didn't like de-thaw them, like I didn't put them in the microwave to thaw them out, I just let them thaw on the counter. These casings come off incredibly, incredibly easy. We're just gonna set the casings to the side. We don't need them. Now I'm just gonna use a little Italian seasoning. In Gaz's recipe, he specifically uses rosemary. I'm just gonna do some Italian seasoning in there, which has rosemary in it. Just a pinch of salt, not much, and then a few cracks of black pepper. And then let's get mixing this mince. These meatballs, I mean, it smells really good, and I just think it's gonna be, pretty awesome, actually. I'm really excited for these. Now, one of the stars of the recipe was pretty quickly turned into their vegan Parmesan cheese. So we're gonna do about 2 tablespoons of almonds with about 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. This is really gonna give this stuff its cheesy flavor. Let's give this guy a quick blend to combine and mince up into like a fine Parmesan powder. think that's pretty good. I've made something very similar to this in the past, and it does, I'll tell you, it comes out super cheesy. I mean, very authentic Parmesan-y. Let's just take this mixture, we're gonna dump this right in, and then we're just gonna kind of just mix this guy in here. Just get this really nice and combined. Man, this is looking really good. I mean, look at this. That really, adding that Parmesan really took that over the top. I mean, I really just wanna make that top. Baby, what's a buca de beppo? Make the big buca de beppo meatball, but no, let's not do that. We're gonna make about 16 individual little meatballs here. Now I'm just gonna keep my hands wet, which is gonna make this a lot easier to make these meatballs. But all I'm gonna do is just form small meatballs. God specifically said these worked better small, so just tablespoon-sized meatballs. So individual lunch-sized portions. So I was able to get 17 meatballs out of that, 17, maybe tablespoon. I probably made 2 or 3, just a hair too big, which probably could have gotten 18 out of it, honestly. So make sure to keep stirring your sauce, but we're gonna take a small nonstick skillet with a little bit of olive oil, get that heated up on about a medium heat, and we're gonna cook these, kind of constantly turning them for about 8 minutes or so. Okay, these meatballs are looking good. They smell wonderful. I'm telling you, the smell of these things is just phenomenal. So I'm actually just gonna take my sauce, which is cooked down. I mean, look at this sauce. Oh, just looks so good. And then all we're gonna do is just really quickly, we're just gonna cover these guys up with this sauce and just kind of let them cook in the sauce for a minute. Now, the sauce is already kind of cooked down. I mean, these things, they just look incredible. Look at that meatball. I'm gonna cut this in half really quick. Let's try these out. All vegan.
Here we go. Very good.
That's like really dang good. I mean, yeah, very much a meatball. These things are beautiful on the inside. They taste wonderful, they're super juicy. The addition of that cashew Parmesan, I really think makes it. And I strongly believe that you could use just about any plant-based meat and it's gonna come out pretty good. So I'll leave a link to Avant Garde Vegan. This is awesome. Gaz, if you watch this video, let's do something together, man. Let's make something. This would be a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody.